veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work eyes need a cup of blend, that's right. In the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, seen it right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, seen it right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, seen it right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me?
what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the binoculars out in time.
Look, well, let's not stand on ceremony, mate. Let's start the show.
Okay, with the technical difficulties, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Let me get the game started. It's your boy 8-Bit, and yeah, we are all out of whack over here, but that is all right. So let's go ahead and jump on into this, shall we? I don't have the music going. We got some exclusive offers going in the game, of course. Get a hold of this thing. And let me see. You know what? I'm not even sure if I have the game sound piped in. Application audio capture. Let's see here. Yes, monitor and output. So I should be hearing it. You guys should be hearing it. Make sure I don't have it muted on the soundboard. And I don't. So everybody should be hearing everything. But I don't hear anything. So see if there's any other download data. Yes, there is. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way also. And we'll get some music going. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, it's because okay. Okay. So how y'all been, man? How y'all been? If you are not aware, there is a new trailer that came out yesterday for the Wolverine game, Marvel's Wolverine. It's supposed to be dropping next year, fall of next year. So it's an absolutely amazing trailer. I'm not sure how much of it I can show here. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and get Multiverse Invasion out of the way because we do have to build our gold back up. As you can see, we took Wanda to level 70 since the last time we met. She's probably going to be my next tier 4. And I'll tell you why. And it's not because of World Boss or anything like that. If you haven't figured it out, she is meta now for multiple for more than what she was. So anything that Jean was covering, you can now cover with Scarlet with the villain tag, as well as the hero tag with her other uniform. So that is just more bang for the buck, all in one character. I'll probably still keep Jean built for PvE and not go back and switch her back over to PvP. One, because she's really not a threat the way that she once was. So there's really not a need. And then 2, Scarlet still falls short in some areas, mainly anything outside of Alliance battle. I still feel while she can do World Boss at a decent clip, it's nothing mind-blowing, really. And when you think about it, indirectly, yeah, I still have to build more characters. Yeah, I still have to build more uniforms. But if you're of the mind frame that you want Netmarble to give you places to use these characters, what better way to go about that than, you know, putting Wanda in ABX, ABL only. Using Jean for my GBR War Boss sort of content. And then that way I get the most value out of both of them, as opposed to just a lot of value in one and not so much value in the other. Now, that kind of leaves Captain Marvel twisting in the wind, so to speak. But if you think about it like this, if you're new to the game or free to play, you know, for the same cost it would cost you to get Jean, get the uniform, build her up to tier 4, you can do the same with Scarlet Witch, completely free to play with a lot less crystals, and still go after a whole nother character in Captain Marvel to cover that War Boss and you know, villain content. War Boss female villain. As long as it's not the mutant tag for female villain, you should be okay. So that's gonna be a lot of versatility when it all shakes out. That is going to wind up being a lot of versatility when it all shakes out. Yo, what's going on, DJ? Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, just going over my reasons on, you know, why I decided to go ahead and build Scarlet tier 4 when I haven't done it so far. And yeah, while I know she was really meta for a long time for certain days of ABX, it's like, for me, it has to be a little more than that. Her replacing Jean on the villain side kind of does help a little bit. Yes, it's another uniform I have to buy in Mythic, but I don't necessarily want to say it frees Jean up. But it just allows the versatility in my roster to be able to have that one character that does this, that other character that does, you know, the other thing. There's not a whole lot of difference in the way that you would build them, though, to be honest. Hola, what's going on, Alberto Pichardo? Long time no see, my guy. Let's see, account, she won't replace my Jean because my Jean is stacked as a free-to-play. Can stack a character, yeah. I mean, I feel you, and it's gonna be some people that are, you know, kind of that ilk. And the justification when it comes down to your roster on an individual level, it definitely has to be there, right? You know, I'm just saying, for me, because she performs so much better in ABX ABL, and while Jean does perform at a high level in ABX ABL, she's not outperforming Scarlet Witch, and she's so much better than Scarlet in things like World Boss and Other World Battle Now, this zombie survival kind of remains to be seen, because that's another one that's kind of gonna start factoring in a lot here. You know, can your character do this game mode at a high level and complete this content for you based on whatever the restrictions are for that week? And we're definitely gonna have to go get us some zombie gas, because I haven't really had a chance to dig in. Since the update, like I said, I have picked up the Scarlet uniform, and I have taken my Scarlet to level 80. I'm also working on Mephisto levels, so you know, there's that. But yeah. But Scarlet, I've started working on her gears and everything, so she's getting pushed. I also thought about Shang-Chi and seeing if he's really gonna be, you know, worth it. Maybe he's the one that kind of brings that zombie team together. As far as a PvP thing, but you know, I kind of doubt it. And then again, maybe it may just be the right configuration and combination of characters to do that. But and then I don't think Shang-Chi has the zombie tag, so that's the other thing. So he may not be able to take advantage of Weapon Hex. As a matter of fact, it should have said it in the patch notes. He does not. He has the agility tag and the leadership tag. So that kind of sucks for him. No immortality. But I mean, I don't know, a 20-second cooldown on the 5, not really tripping on the 33-second cooldown on the 4. But then 13, 2, and 1. In today's meta, realistically, you know, I don't think it's gonna be enough in any sort of capacity, especially. Like, that's the thing. Where does Shang-Chi really fit? Like, so yeah, I'll probably take him to level 80 and just let him chill. I can see what kind of performance I can get out of him, but It's like, yeah, what are you really using? AC? Yeah, you're right, but it's like, who's tier 4 in conquest characters? You know what I mean? Like, specifically for that game mode and nothing else. Like, you're talking about a heavy investment. I mean, Captain Marvel, she kind of fits as the free-to-play version of half of a Jean Grey as far as the PvP aspect is concerned. And maybe even for a little bit, she's doing some Alliance Battle stuff for you as well. If she's good enough in Alliance Battle and Alliance Battle Extreme, she used to be. So, you know, those two kind of have a place. Kamala and Shang-Chi. It's like, what do you do with them? You might have to start doing that because it's been a while since you fed somebody. So who you thinking about feeding, DJ? Who are you thinking about building? You know what I mean? For me, on the real, I still feel like I'm playing catch up. I still don't have tier 4 Iron Man. Still don't have tier 4 Sharon. I still don't have tier 4 Crescent. Yeah, I'm working on tier 4ing Scarlet. Like, I skipped a lot. And then they got the Medusa and the Medusa data mine. It was a Medusa and one of the spiders, Miles Morales. So actually freaking dope. And I'll pull that up for you guys right here. But you got the 11.3 data mines. The mid-month is looking like it's going to be Spider-Man Miles Morales. They're just showing them in the all different outfit. Of course, it's going to be something new. And then we got Medusa. Funny, they both have all new, all different uniforms, even though they're years apart. So yeah, that's actually dope. So looking like those are going to be the next two. And then they kind of did something in the live stream that leaned toward it being Medusa. And then also, if you go back to this hero poll here, she was and is the last one on this list that hasn't gotten a tier 4 yet. So finally, Medusa getting something coming in a mid-month is really kind of wild. So, you know, I thought they were going to carry a whole update with the Inhumans. Turns out that's not the case. Actually, the last few Inhumans updates have been via a mid-month. Black Bolt with his seasonal uniform many moons ago was a mid-month update. So, yeah. Not that I'm, you know, oh, we didn't get an Humans update. That ain't it. It's just, I figured with the amount of characters and semi-ish sort of popularity, that maybe they would carry a main update with them and possibly do something for Crystal or one of the other ones, Maximus and any of them guys, Gorgon, Karnak, Moon Girl, and whoever else, right? And maybe they do a Christmas uniform for a Black Bolt and Crystal. Maybe. Anything's possible. I just figured with this, you know, it would be more, I guess, kind of evident, but they chose to go a different direction. So, you know, it is what it is. We got to live with it. I mean, honestly, Medusa makes sense, but Miles Morales, he's gotten so many uniforms, bro. But they're never gonna not use an opportunity to capitalize on a Spider-Man, a member of the X-Men, depending on who it is, especially Wolverine, especially Peter Parker, especially the Avengers, you know, especially Jean Grey. They're never gonna not take the opportunity to give those guys an update. They've given them Fantastic Four like 4 or 5 updates, and 90% of them have been duds. You know what I mean? Just being honest, bro. And that's not our fault. That's the devs' fault. So we'll see. If they can just keep churning out, and I'm not saying churn out like that, but you know, at a regular sort of clip, if they can just keep something to do interesting, you know, the revamp to zombie survival, I think, is a good thing. I have to see if it's daily or if it's this weekly shit still, which I think it kind of is. I don't think they really revamped that so much. And I thought they were going to be bringing the multiplayer aspect to that game. I have to find where they said that. see here. Mm. Whoa. Okay, we're in the right spot. Mm. Okay, we actually freaking found it. So this is pretty dope. Let me crank this back up and oh snap. Hold up. Uh, 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 uh. So that means something is jacked up. Yeah, because I'm hearing. Hold up. Yeah, I'm just not hearing any background music. Yeah. You guys can hear the sound effects now. So that is wild. Okay, we'll turn all of this shit back off. All right. See, maybe do that. Nope, still nothing. Huh. Must be something. It must be something in the conversion or the translation of the of thing. So we'll just do this. But yeah. And turn that down. So y'all ain't catching that. Alright. So this is the 9th year. The 9th year. Hey, you do understand what I'm saying? The 9th year anniversary appreciation letter, right? 2024, April 18th, 2024, 2200. That's 10 p.m. my time, Central Standard, right? And they talk about all of this stuff about our team consistently doing their best and trying to deliver the best gameplay experience, yada yada. They talk about the new PvP content and growth system with Exoswords and all of this stuff when it got introduced, Otherworld Battle. They also talk about the new hero release schedule, with saying nothing about releasing characters that are stuck at tier 2 or tier 3, but Exodus. But we got the World Boss upgrade and support with Black Swan and introducing World Boss Legend Plus, right, as a new thing for the first time, but not really because it's wash, rinse, repeat. And then they talk about new contents in development. Spicy. Very spicy, right? So we are developing 3 new pieces of content to provide our agents with refreshing fun, right? The first form is a narrative content. In this context, the characteristics of the heroes will stand out as much as possible, and agents will be able to enjoy maximum fun from exploring a story rather than simply repetitive play. Now, what I think this is the little monthly event, heroic quest or whatever it is, that they drop whenever the character releases, right? So that's what I think this is. Okay, let's go on. You also have, this will allow agents to enjoy a very different experience compared to the legendary battle and the epic quest. Oh no, this is the timeline quest. That's what this is. Okay, so the context of interest to Marvel Comics fans, they talk about focus of collecting. Agents can receive various benefits by using what they collect, so please look forward, yada yada. And then lastly, right? We are preparing a new multiplayer content. And this is why I keep getting on their ass about zombie survival being multiplayer. Everybody forgets when they introduced this, it was supposed to be a multiplayer game mode, and it isn't. This is why CM Fragment said in the live stream that they hadn't forgotten about it. Because, you know, I haven't really heard a lot of the live stream community content creators really speak on this as much. I bring it up all the time because I don't want them to forget when we start talking about new forms and new games. You know, you got to get the content that you said you were going to release in the way that you were going to release it. Right now, they did come with the communication, and I found this on the fly, so please forgive me, but just take my word for it. They did come with a communication afterwards saying that they weren't going to be able to release the Zombies content in its full format due to technical difficulties, paraphrasing, right? Which is fine. And everybody agreed, fine, get the content right before you release it. So the solution was just to release the single player game mode, okay? They've since revamped this thing with zombie gas and all of this stuff, and however great it may be, my question still remains. Where is the multiplayer? The content will be developed with the concept of blocking waves of enemies together. Okay? Agents will be able to enjoy the fun of cooperating and using their favorite heroes. They have grown, and an individual role will become important in this new content. So, where is the multiplayer form of zombies? That's all I want to know. And then, you know, they have PvP contents to be improved, where they talk about timeline battles to reduce attackers' weaknesses. They made some adjustments that really never panned out to be much and nothing compared to the powerhouses that they released in there, just outshining the existing meta, and them not realizing that what the problem is that you have to bring those other characters either up to these guys' level or close to where they can compete, or you're gonna have to shadow nerf these guys. The Gnolls, the Sentries, which I do not recommend because that's just gonna piss people off because they've invested time and, you know, in some cases money into these characters. So the best thing to do would be to bring characters up that can actually compete with these guys, so they just don't have such a stranglehold on PvP. But a lot of people forget about this communication. You know, not your boy. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay? So, let's see. T5 and something higher than a brilliant CTP, like brilliant cards. Man, say. You think they're planning on a massive power creep? They need to be planning on a massive game balance. Like, power creep is not the answer. That's the answer to drive the player base even further down than it already is realistically, right? That's not a good solution. The best solution would be, and I won't even go as extreme as my boy Jackass be saying all the time, open it up for everybody. I'm not even going to say that. But what we can't have is characters getting 4, 5, 6 uniforms when you still have characters in the game that have, you know, gotten 0 uniforms, 0 treat, 0 updates, 0 taken seriously. I have grown to hate the awakening system because it's a cheap way out for characters that they never planned to be anything anyway. And you can argue, you know, well, you knew when they were dropping XYZ, you know, fringe tier popularity character that they were never going to get an update. Well, then my question is, why put them in the game? Why bait players? Why create all of this extra fluff and coding that's unnecessary when you could focus on the rest of the roster? You know? I mean, and honestly, where we are, I would be perfectly fine not getting any new characters for a while. Which honestly we didn't this update. Think about it. And with the mid-month we're not, which is great. And for us to just, or for Netmarble to just focus on getting the existing characters in the game to a state where they are in some capacity viable outside of Alliance Conquest. And then let the players decide who they want to use. Okay. All right. Rotation is in order. Why is it taking so long to build my tier 3? Oh, that's why. Okay. Wow, that took forever. That took forever. Okay, let's try that again. All right. Let it ride. Wow, he delayed it that long? Chump. My rotation is all out of whack, so I gotta wait. Bait your ass. Right. That last rotation all the way up. Don't let it ride out. Almost got me 12 million. Get out the way of foolery. All right. Okay. Okay. 6 million. I will take it. Need to look into those. But yeah, I think you're right, DJ, when it come down to that power creep shit. They are really looking to widen that wedge. It would be a bad idea if they did. I mean, that's part of the player retention, right? Or part of the reason why player retention is so down these days. If they had a fun game mode that you could go into with friends, this is part of the reason why I think a new giant boss raid, which I do believe they announced in the live stream, is such a huge thing, because that's at least one form of new multiplayer content that's coming to the game. You know, if they do that in fairly close succession to the multiplayer zombies mode, I think that could be one of the biggest things this year. Because let's be honest, the whole gimmick of giving away tier 4 materials under and they actually do, so it's really not a guise, but you know, the whole, we'll give you tier 4 materials, you play this game mode with this character that got this uniform that we just released, and you'll get, you know, better rewards, what have you. I don't think that's enough for players to really build out a brand new, or even if it's a character that they already have a tier 4 for, or a character that they've already tier 4'd. You know, even if that's the case, you're asking them the Mythica uniform and all of this stuff, which is, I suppose, isn't required. But yeah. Yep, got right on out of the bush leagues too, didn't I? See, this sort of stuff drives me up the wall. I could bring in debuffed or non-debuffed characters, but they would lose. And then even the debuffed ones sometimes won't get the dub. So it's like, it's so crazy. Yeah, whereas it should kind of be automatic that, yep, as soon as you're bringing in these cats that's debuffed, yeah, you know what? If you run across even one, like the Jean Grey, right? She's not debuffed. She should be able to mop everybody on the team right now. Just saying. What they need to do is figure out a way to, when they remove or when they debuff the characters, they need to figure out a way to make certain things not available to those characters, like Super Guard Break Penetration or Super Guard Break Immunity. You're debuffed. You shouldn't have those items. That would solve so many problems. If they just made those two changes, then the iframe ignore wouldn't matter, the heal wouldn't matter, the number of hits wouldn't matter, you wouldn't be able to lock people down, and they'd actually be able to kill the the nulls of the world when they're debuffed, the sentries, the Mephistos, the surfers, the Wolverines, all of these meta characters, right? And you'd see characters like the zombie teams or Fantastic Four PvP or something like this crop up, right? There would be a necessity for it. But you have to create that need. Okay, so let's go in here and we are going to set up a different kind of team here. And Jean does still have 2 lives and she's still tier 4. While still offers debuff removal. We'll see how this goes. Wasp should get chalked pretty quickly. Oh, she actually got off against a Surfer and a Sentry. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Cool. No shenanigans. And see, this is a prime example of how these matches should go. But so often they don't. So, we'll see. we shall see. See, this one isn't going too hot, but Jean and Emma hold out with the reflect and all of that. So nice. Okay, got those out of the way. So let's come check out this new version of Zombie Survival. Let's check out the store, see if anything changed there. We still got 5 and 6 star Uru, Odin's Blessing chest. Okay. Okay, so you're still selecting 5 characters. No tier 3 for Jean, so that's no reflect, no damage accumulation. No 2, so no iframe ignore for her. Let's think farm. So kind of get away with Thor. We can definitely get away with her. Let's see if let's see if team composition has to change. Oh, Storm isn't an option. Okay. Interesting. I don't see Dazzler either. No, I'll just throw Shuri in there. Sort of run-of-the-mill support. Two of the best farmers in the game. Hopefully they don't have any trouble. My girl Rogue is up there putting in that work before Thor can even get off, really. So yeah, stage 1 seems to be pretty pedestrian. So maybe we start on the other end at 10. Okay, survival success. Zombie kill score. Survived character score. A clear score. Okay. So let's crank it up to 10 so we can see the difference. This may be uber whale territory. Yeah, they are not getting one-shotted. Ooh, 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 the zombie gas is real. Okay. So we definitely gotta find a happy medium there because we can't even kill anybody. So let's crank it down about halfway and we'll see what 5 does. Oh. Yeah, I think this game mode is going to be more so about letting your skill animation. Oh, gotta heal up. Letting your skill animations play out so you get the most damage. Gotta heal up again. Yeah, that zombie gas is real. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, yes, it's the truth. You are fighting. Wow. Maybe we switch it up to more of a tank build. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, it's the when they start getting spread out all over the map. So Thor isn't gonna work. He doesn't have wide enough AOE. I wonder if somebody like Hulk in this situation might not be a bad fit. No Coulson, huh? Yep, no Son of Cole. All right. Interesting. No leadership. All right, let's try that. It'd be nice if I had Coulson because I'd get more HP out of the mix. Yeah, he's gonna possibly get overwhelmed here pretty quick. I'm gonna see how this does, just letting that skill play out and then the constant healing. That Wolverine's doing pretty damn good itself. Ooh. 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 Hey, we had ourselves something going there for a little bit. We'll crank it down to 3. Damn, this shit is hard. This is very, very difficult. Wow, what a difference in between 1 and 3. And this is definitely not a regular farmer stage. All right. Dead man with a clap. Nice. Hmm. I wonder. I wonder. Where is she? Oh, she's not available either? No, no magic either. Wow. Yeah, that's an interesting little team composition there. Yep, let's do it. We got a few more of these things to run. Let me see if he won't down Otto. That would be nice. See if the auto heal is enough. Put the play out from the really all the skills on auto. But the moneymaker is going to be letting that fifth play out. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Not the same. Definitely not the same. Okay. Let's try playing it and see if we can get through this thing with Deadpool. Nice. Nice. zombie gas is going up and going down. Yeah, this is definitely a timing thing. But then again, your character also has to be able to tank. Or one shot. Ooh, that was wild. Yeah, I think Wolverine is doing that work, bro. Wolverine say he just different. You know what? I wonder what my guy can do. He doesn't have the undead passive, but he does hit pretty hard. He does have a V-pad skill, so, and he has auto healing, just like Hulk and the rest of them. He just doesn't have the undead, but similar to Hulk in that way also. Yep, that'll. Okay. Pop off, bump the health up. Okay, my guy, Venom got eliminated. Got 30 seconds to go. Ooh. Right there. As soon as I said it. That's wild. That one change. Just changing Wolverine. I mean, maybe Jean has the chops to do this with her third skill buff. That thing is pretty nuts. All right. See, it looks like you have to get above 50% for the zombie gas to start kicking in. Yeah, my guy Wolverine is just built different. He down there handling his own. No problems. Wow. Let's see how Jean fares. I know I'm not using the optimal support for the Switch character. That could very well be the case. That's the problem, but you still got one main or two main supports that you can draw on in that position, so still shouldn't be too terrible. All right. Looks like Jean is holding up pretty decent. All right, here come the zombie guys. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Keep it down. So you're semi rotating, but sort of. I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain. The rotations are definitely different in this game mode just because of the survival element having to be factored in, and it actually mattering a lot. Okay, I gotta run this struggle one more time. Well, let's run him. All right. Okay, we gotta knock some off. Take it up to 4. Cast the teeth to tier 3. Come on. Freaking zombie gas. I couldn't get the 3rd skill back up in time. This is actually nuts how difficult this is. All right. Nice, knock them off. Okay, 40 seconds. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Let's go. Come on, just don't get chop suey. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm actually loving the new game mode. I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit more, but I think this is a perfect time to call it, seeing as how we have to get up and go to work in a few hours. I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing ride out to some timeline battle. It's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all once again. Y'all like, comment, or y'all like, share, sound off in the comments. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up and that notification bell so y'all can stay up on all of our content when we do drop something. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. And also, just as a side note before I get out of here, we will be attempting to do more as far as content in the near future, but I am gonna have to service my PC because it's been acting a little wonky on me, so wanted to make you guys apprised of that. That's probably going to be the next thing that I do. I've done it before, so it's not really a big deal. But it's just going to take me a while to do. So, anywho, it's been a pleasure. Once again, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and